Welcome to NKTelco Sports. We are here at Wapakoneta High School where the Marion local Flyers take on the Lima Central Catholic Thunderbirds. Tonight's game is sponsored by Minster Bank, Schwiedemann Pharmacy, Keyhole Pizza, New Knoxville Supply, Minster Dental Care, Hometown Opportunity, Francis Furniture, Wilson Health, Precision Strip, Winners Meats, NKTelco, NKT.TV, BowlerStore.com, Wagner's IGA, Cargill, Grand Lake Health, Clopay Building Products, Moran's Refrigeration, and First National Bank. Think first. Welcome again to Harmon Field in Wapakoneta. I'm Dave Helmstetter, and alongside me, Ron Cruzy for high school football playoffs. Lima Central Catholic 9-1 on the season. They're only lost to a playoff qualifier in Division 7. Lucas will meet up with the Marion local Flyers 10-1 on the season, and a big win over Spencerville in the first playoff game, 55-7. And Ron, should be an interesting matchup between these two teams.
Yes, it should. For LCC, they're led by Ron Banks, a 5'10", 175-pound senior running back. He has 916 yards rushing, a 6.3 yard average, and 18 touchdowns. And Banks is joined by Sean Thomas, a 6', 170-pound sophomore with 894 yards rushing, an average of 9.4 yards a carry, with 14 touchdowns. And for the Flyers, they're led by running back Nolan Habadaz, a 6', 175-pound senior who has rushed for 1,020 yards on the season with a 6.5 yard average and 19 touchdowns. And the Flyers count on Nathan Bruns, the quarterback, the offense. The 6', 195-pound senior has thrown for 1,845 yards and 19 touchdowns.
And Bruins will be facing chilly conditions. Temperature right around 32 degrees with snow flurries and a strong wind out of the west at about 15 mile an hour. Do you think perhaps with Bruns there might be some weather conditions into play?
Well, to his advantage, the wind is a crosswind, and he won't be into his face at all. So switching fields or switching directions isn't going to bother him.
Interesting matchup, folks. Lima Central Catholic and Marion Local up next on NKTelco. We'll return right after this.
The big game is right around the corner. Are you ready for it? Come into Francis Furniture and find the right fit for you and your friends in our Lazy Boy Comfort Studio. With Lazy Boy Premier Sofa and Sectionals, you can custom order a look that's just your style. Choose from hundreds of decorator fabrics or choose genuine leather for its luxurious feel and durability. Come into Francis Furniture today, the area's only Lazy Boy Comfort Studio.
At Wilson Health, we're extending care beyond the walls of the hospital with resources designed to keep you in charge of your health.
Our independence and connection to the community are unique in a world where big healthcare strives to act like corporations.
Our tools may be the same, but we are different.
We're neighbors, friends, and family who truly care about the people who live here.
We call it caring without limits, and it's just the beginning of a whole new Wilson Health.
Welcome back to Harmon Field. We're just moments away from the opening kickoff. Dave Helmstetter and alongside me, Ron Cruzy. Let's take a look at our keys to the game for tonight's game between Marion Local and Lima Central Catholic. Brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. First for the Flyers.
Number one, they need to reduce their penalties. The Flyers had 68 penalties in the regular season. That was the most penalties in the MAC. Number two, rushing defense. LCC runs the ball 4 times to every 1 pass. And for the Lima Central Catholic, number one, offensive line. They must open holes for Ron Banks, who had 146 carries for 916 yards and 18 touchdowns. And number two, time of possession. They need to keep the ball away from the high-powered Marion offense.
Those are our keys to the game. Tonight brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. And as you take a look, you mentioned LCC's Ron Banks. They also have a couple of other runners. And when you talk about a rushing game, that is the prime focus of the LCC T-Bird offense.
That's right. They got 3 running backs that can really run the ball. And like I said, for every one pass they throw, they run the ball 4 times. So the wind isn't going to bother them as much as it will Marion. But like I said before, it's a crosswind, so I don't see that being too much of a problem for Marion either.
Number 43, Derek Kemper, will tee it up for Marion Local. And his kick is away, and this playoff football game is underway. T-Birds on the return. Good coverage by the Flyers as he tries to turn it up at the 20. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. And also, when you take a look at the Marion Local defense or offense, they have a very good balance between the pass and the rush, as opposed to LCC that rushes the football a little bit more.
Right, they can go either way. They can hurt you with the pass just as well as they can hurt you with the run. So it's really up in the air what they want to do.
LCC with the football. 1st and 10 football at the 23-yard line. Sweep to the right side as Sean Thomas. And of course, as you look at this, Marion Local also a very good defensive team against the rush.
Yeah, historically they've always been tremendous against the rush. So it's Marion Local defense really against the LCC rushing game.
2nd down and 10, no gain for Thomas as he tried to go to the right side. And Marion Local fans are sitting in the east bleachers here at Harmon Field in Wapakoneta. Short pass. Stoley's pass is complete, and Rossi Moore will take it across the 30-yard line, and he'll be near a 1st down for the T-Birds.
A little swing pass there that time. I think it caught Marion a little bit off guard. They got their 1st down.
That'll be the first down of tonight's game as the T-Birds look to their coach Scott Paulty on the sidelines, and the play is in. They'll run 2 players to the right, 1 player in the slot. Under center is Stolley in motion, and with the football, Sean Thomas again. He's a 6-foot sophomore. He'll pick up, we'll call it about 5 yards, 2nd down and 5 for LCC. Nathan Stolley is to the far left side, and the T-Birds will jump as Micah Pearson, 6'3", 201-pound senior, the left tackle, jumps for the T-Birds. And LCC has a pretty good-sized offensive line led by Micah Pearson at 6'3", 201 pounds, a senior.
They go 220, 195, 211, 275 across the line.
Here comes the pitch to the left side as Banks will get his first carry of the night, and he'll pick up some yardage as he skirts to the left side of the Marion Local line. Football will be spotted at the 38-yard line. Call it 3rd down and 5.
So our first big 3rd down play comes early.
He'll go out of the shotgun. Nevin Stolley in the backfield. Thomas in motion. Over the middle, pass goes to Rossi Moore. He'll have the 1st down as he moves near midfield, and they'll call it the 49. Stolley passed for 966 yards during the season. Didn't throw nearly as much as the Flyers do, but he is a very effective passer when he does throw.
Yeah, 2 completions so far, both been short passes, but very productive.
Nobody in the backfield. Stolley under center. Zach Jacobs, number 54, the center, in motion. This is Rossi Moore trying to come around the corner, and he'll be knocked out of bounds by number 34, John Tangeman. They'll make it 2nd down and 7. Pickup of 3 for the T-Birds. 9:29 to go on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard.
So LCC has tried running to the outside a couple times now and been shut down.
Handoff. Banks will get the carry and pick up a yard or so. Brought down by a host of Marion local defenders there.
So again, we're looking at 3rd down.
3rd down at about 5 yards, same as what we had before when they dropped the pass over the middle on the Flyers.
So we'll see if they look for the short pass, short screen pass again.
Stolle, he's looking for the play from the sidelines under center. Thomas in motion, he slips, but number 58 will make the tackle for the Flyers, and that's Matt Everman with the big 3rd down play. Matt, a 6'1", 210-pound junior, makes the play, and it's going to be a loss of 2 yards, so that makes it 4th down and 7, and that's going to force LCC to punt the football.
The punter for LCC is Sean Thomas.
He's a sophomore. He'll stand at the LCC 40-yard line. Kick is away. It's a line drive, and it's going to bounce. It's going to go inside the 5, and Marion Local is going to be looking at some very, very tough field position on that kick. Low line drive kick, and boy, on the turf it got that roll, and would have been a difficult one for the Marion Local player to field.
Yeah, it was a tough decision there on Ruthman's part, but I think he did the right thing by not trying to get it the way the ball bounced right in front of him.
It's kind of like that shoestring catch in baseball.
Yeah.
Would have been a tough play. But anyway, Marion Local has the football for the first time tonight. 7:57 to go on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard.
They find themselves 98 yards away from where they want to go.
They're going to throw it from their end zone, going long over the middle, and it's going to be incomplete, but there is a flag.
Interference.
Pass intended there for Nick Tangeman, but that's going to go against LCC.
As we've seen before this year, Tangeman, 6'4", 180-pound senior, is quite a target.
What do you think of that, Ron? Thrown out of your own end zone? My gosh, you got some guts to do that.
That's confidence.
That's confidence. That's exactly what it is. That looks like Matt Rethman with the football on the short shovel pass to him in the backfield. He'll pick up 2 yards. Call it 2nd down and 8 football. Almost to the 20. Just shy of the 20-yard line. 7:15 to go. Here comes Habadaz to this side. He'll push his way forward to about the 22, 23-yard line. So that'll set up a 3rd down for the Flyers. 3rd down, I'll call it 4 yards from my view.
So here you want to keep your eye on Matt Ruthman and Nick Tangeman. They're the main receivers for Bruns.
What do you think? They got a nice mix of plays, Ron. Think they're going to throw it?
I would think so.
There's Rethman's going to the left side. Here comes Bruns. He's looking for Rethman.
He's got him.
Got him. 1st down. Boy, it's like you said, it's just confidence.
Yes, it is.
They're so confident in that game, their passing game, and
That time he rolls out to his left, which isn't the easiest pass in the world, but he squares his shoulders up nicely and fires a dart right to Ruthman.
Just a well-executed play, and the Flyers are on the move at their own 40. It's 1st and 10. Runs shouting instructions as he moves from the center position, showing I formation pitch left side. Habadaz, you're going to get across to about the 46, almost the 47. You wonder if he checked off there.
Yeah, it's hard to say. He took his
I don't know
time
if we
there.
can go that far or not, but out of that I formation, and the pitch to Habadaz gets the Flyers some good yardage. 2nd down and a long 3. Two receivers left side.
That opens the playbook up.
Straight ahead, power running there is number 25, Brandon Fleck. He has the 1st down, and Brandon Fleck, who, when the game that I saw, did a marvelous job of surviving the punting game against Minster in the rain that evening. Fleck gets the carry, gets the 1st down. Marion local drive continues as they reach LCC territory at the 49.
And 2 backs in the backfield with Bruns.
Abadaz on his feet at the 35, on his feet to the 20. Finally brought down inside the 15. Ron Banks with a touchdown-saving tackle as Habadaz gets to the outside and has that 1st down, and the Flyers at 5:03 to go in the 1st quarter, moving it.
Just a nice run there by Habadaz. Broke that 1st tackle, and then he was off to the races. And LCC did a nice job catching him.
Fleck, he's going to power it to about the 10-yard line. So Brandon Fleck, 5'11" junior, 185 pounds, powers forward. They're going to mark it back at the 12-yard line. So it's only a gain of 2 yards. 2nd down and 8.
So here it'll be interesting if we see a pass here or continue to try to jam it.
Tangeman's to the left side. That's where he's going. Nick Tangeman in the end zone.
Incomplete.
Just a little bit short. He had the isolation, Tangeman. And that's a tough throw. Well, that was with the wind, but it's still across his body, so it's still a very difficult play. But
I think he probably wanted that a little higher. You got the 6'4" receiver out there. You don't want to throw it at his feet. You want to throw it higher. And unfortunately for Marion, it was too low.
Sam Hillsman, number 11, in the lineup. He's on the right side, tight end position. Here we go, Habadaz. He'll follow him, but it's not going to get very far as Jay Riepenoff, junior linebacker for LCC, one of the several T-Bird players in on the stop. So now it's going to be 3rd down and 9. Or make it 4th down and 9 yards to go for that 1st down.
Again, look for Tangeman on the outside, and then you still have Ruthman out there also.
Got a little different offensive set here. Tanner Ungren comes into the game. He's number 38. He's over here to the short side. Habadaz steps up next to Bruns. Bruns looks downfield and finds his receiver for a touchdown. Tangeman, Nick Tangeman, number 24 with it. Well, you could just see that one open up. From our viewpoint, you could see it open up. You knew where Bruns was going, and the ball was right there.
Yeah, he looked to his right a little bit and then looked back to the receiver and just threw a strike.
What a well-executed pass play.
Just a post pattern there and a nice catch.
Alex Klosterman with the kick. Going to be wide right. So First National Bank Think First scoreboard, 3:28 to go. First quarter, Marion Local 6, LCC nothing. We'll return right after this.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
Our 1,500 square foot showroom and pro shop at bowlerstore.com is stocked with bowling balls, bags, shoes, accessories, and apparel. The pro shop is equipped with 2 drill presses, measuring devices, and bowling ball maintenance machines to keep your ball rolling great. We offer private lessons for individuals and groups. Moxie's Extra Pair inside bowlerstore.com is also available to rent for private events. Be sure to check out bowlerstore.com or visit our pro shop in Versailles, Ohio for all your bowling product needs.
Kemper will kick it off for the second time tonight. And boy, what a quality drive by the Flyers. 98 yards for that touchdown.
And well mixed up between the pass and the run. Well balanced, and that's what they've done all season long, actually.
John Tangeman in on the stop for the Flyers. On the kickoff, Tangeman with the tackle. And LCC will have it at the 39-yard line. LCC had a nice drive going, but just the defense of Marion Local dug in. So let's see how the T-Birds attack it this time. Football at the 39. And here we go. In motion right side. Rossi Moore will take it. He cuts it right up to the left side, and Moore will pick up 3 yards. Let's call it second down and 7. That was a nice play there too. To gain the 3, lots of motion there by LCC in that offense of theirs.
Yeah, a lot of motion and very good ball handling there by the T-Bird quarterback, Stolle.
Stolle under center. In motion again, but it goes back to Banks, their big fullback.
A little dive play right up the middle, and again, very quick tempo, quick hitter.
Third down and 5. Football at the 44. But one thing you can't do is give the ball back to Marion Local, Ron.
Yeah, they can't be caught in this 3rd and 4, 3rd and 6. They need more of a 3rd and 2 situation.
The Flyers, as they proved last week against Spencerville, can score quick and they can score often. Stolle. Nathan Stolle with the catch, and he'll get it to midfield, and he'll have a first down.
Nice block there on the outside.
Nathan Stolle, number 12, a 5'10", 175-pound sophomore with the catch. T-Birds are able to throw the football.
Yeah, but it's all the short passes, and I think Marion might adjust to that.
In motion, we have 2 players to the right side. Banks, not much room there.
So again, we're looking at 2nd and 9. It'll be interesting that, they've had success on 3 passes. Do they continue to do that?
Riepenoff goes to the far right side. Motion. Stolle looking downfield, going for it all. He has him. Sean Thomas with the catch.
49-yard touchdown.
Just caught like the Flyers that. A little bit off guard.
So much for the short pass.
They have a long pass,
yes,
don't they?
Do.
Beautiful pass from Nathan Stolle. And we are tied at 6. Extra point, ever so big in this one. 58 seconds to go. Banks with the extra point kick. He can take the lead. Kick is up, looks good, and it is. Lima Central Catholic responds. T-Birds 7, Marion Local 6. We'll be back right after this.
Wagner's IGA has been servicing their communities for more than 95 years, spanning 3 generations. Wagner's founded their business on 2 basic principles: excellent customer service and quality products. Visit all our locations and experience the finest selection of deli, fresh meats, and variety of beverage choices. While there, don't forget to check out our vast selection of fresh coffee beans, produce, dairy, and bakery items. Visit Wagner's today in Minster, Fort Laramie, and New Bremen, and check us out on Facebook.
At Joint Township District Memorial Hospital, your comfort and care is our #1 priority. Our surgical nerve blocks are a great way to reduce pain and can be used for arm, shoulder, hip, knee, ankle, and foot surgeries. The nerve blocks decrease the stress of surgery on your body, requires less anesthesia and pain medications, and in many cases can offer relief for several days. Visit grandlakehealth.org for details on all of our services.
And the Flyers will receive the kick, and unfortunately a step out of bounds. Clayton Oddie will catch it and then step out. Or no, it's going to be out of bounds. So good news for the Flyers that time. So the ball will be positioned differently. Procedure call on the kickoff that goes out of bounds. Football will be placed to the 31-yard line.
I think 35-yard
line.
Well, the first time they went 98 yards. This is a walk in the park there.
Yeah, just only 65 this time. Let's see what they do. Very diverse offense, as we've talked about. And of course, Marion local fans have seen it all year. Nathan Bruns calls the signals. It's going to go to Fleck. Gets to about the 38-yard line. Brandon Fleck with the carry. 40 seconds left here on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Sam Helsman once again comes into the game. He's in the slot to the right side. They're out of the I formation. Pitch, Habadaz bobbles the football. It's still loose.
He's on it.
He'll fall on it at about the 33-yard line. So that's going to be a pretty good size loss for the Flyers. So it'll be 3rd down and 11 as the first quarter winds down. Our score, Lima Central Catholic 7, Marion Local 6. We'll be back with second quarter action right after this.
NKTelco Sports. More than 140 local high school and college games. Football, basketball, volleyball, baseball, softball, and soccer. Support your local team with NKTelco Sports and promote your business to 250,000 households in Northwest Ohio. Call 1-888-NKTelco and get in the game.
Clopay Building Products, America's favorite garage door, is now hiring for all manufacturing and over-the-road CDLA driving positions. Clopay is the largest residential garage door manufacturer in North America, and we are continuing to grow. Join our team and work in a safe, clean, modern environment. Clopay offers a great benefits package, is an equal opportunity employer, and a drug-free work environment. Imagine the possibilities when you open the door to your career at clopaydoor.com/careers.
And the first play of the second quarter, it's going to be a touchdown for the Flyers. Bruins lets it fly, and Matt Rethman, a familiar target all season for Bruins, makes a catch, and just like that, Marion Local responds to the LCC touchdown.
66-yard touchdown pass.
Following a 5-yard loss on a run, bobbled football, and the next play is major yardage as Bruins throws the bomb to Rethman, and it's 12-7 with 11:49 to go here in the second quarter play. Klosterman with the extra point. Snap a little high, kick is up. This time it's good, and our score now, Marion Local 13, LCC 7. Will return right after this.
Moran Refrigeration in St. Mary's is celebrating 70 years in business. We are committed to offering you top name brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid, Samsung, Fisher & Paykel, and Speed Queen. Come in and experience the one-on-one personal service that you won't get from big box stores. Our delivery and installation specialist will assure you that your purchases arrive safely and are installed properly. Moran Refrigeration, exceeding your expectations.
Kemper will tee it up again, and he's been a busy man so far here in the first half of football run, but the big play capability of Marion Local, the long pass, the speed that they have in that receiving core, and the accuracy of runs, it's fun to watch.
It's a lethal combination if you're on the other side.
Let's see if LCC can bounce back like they did in their last possession as well. T-Birds have shown a nice offensive well, mixing it up between the run and the pass, and then striking for the big play as well. Derek Kemper will kick it away.
Yeah, between the two teams, we've seen about 175 yards passing so far here, and we've just played a little over 1 quarter of football. We didn't expect to see that. At least not from the T-Bird side of the ball.
You just think, you would think, and just when you walk into the field here tonight with the way the wind is blowing, you just would think there'd be some kind of an effect on the passing game, but there certainly doesn't appear to be any at all.
I tell you, that last throw by Bruns,
that was a strike.
He just threw that on a line.
Well, let's see what LCC does. Thomas, he's across midfield. And behind him, number 34 with the tackle, John Dangeman from Never Gave Up Pursuit for Marion Local, and he makes a tackle, but boy, it's a big gain. And LCC, once again, they're knocking on the door as the football placed at about the 31-yard line.
About a 42-yard run there. A lot of speed.
Stolley under center. In motion, Rossi Moore. Nothing there for Moore. Second down, and we'll call it 10. Rossi Moore, a sophomore.
How many times haven't we seen this? Second and long.
LCC has 2 sophomores in the backfield, 1 senior, and their quarterback's a junior. A couple of wide receivers that look like they can catch the ball. They're sophomores as well, so the future looks bright for the T-Birds. No one in the backfield, in motion. Handoff. Thomas tries to make that turn. Penalty marker. Peyton Oddie had the initial contact, but let's see what the call is.
Face mask.
Face mask call against the Flyers. So that's going to be a first down for the T-Birds. It's going to move the football even deeper into Marion Local territory and put the LCC team in good position here. Football marked at the 13. T-Birds definitely have some speed.
Yes, they do.
Stolley to Banks. He'll get to just shy of the 10-yard line.
Banks is hard to get down. He slipped a couple of times and got himself down, but boy, when he doesn't slip, they have a hard time bringing him down.
Brunswick and Meyer in on the stop for the Flyers. 9:57 to go on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. 13-7, Marion Local with a 6-point lead over LCC, but the T-Birds are threatening. Thomas tries to cut it up. Met at about the 10-yard line and pushed back by the Flyers. So they'll still be looking at a 3rd down and long.
So we're going to see the screen pass.
It's usually difficult to do it this deep in your own territory, but anymore, you never know. They got 3 receivers to the left side, 1 to the short side. In motion is Thomas to the left side. Stolle rolls left, goes right, tipped away. Peyton Oddie got a hand on the football, and wow, good defensive play by Oddie.
He was open just for a bit, and Oddie closed the gap and knocked it away.
Stolle is a lefty, isn't he?
Yes.
Rolled to his left side, and all receivers are over on that left side. You thought he might go that way, but he came back the other way.
So Ron Banks is going to
got a slight angle here.
Try a 26-yard field goal.
Right into the teeth of that 15-mile-an-hour wind, too. Snap is good, kick is up. Looks pretty good from here. And it is. Field goal is good, so the T-Birds counter with a 3-point field goal, and our score, Marion Local 13, LCC 10. We'll be back with the T-Bird kickoff right after this.
PSG Automotive Outfitters, your truck accessory headquarters.
13-10, 27-yard field goal by Ron Banks, and I think that's the T-Birds' first field goal of the season. And they'll kick it back off at the 40, so not a lack of offense so far in this one, Ron.
No, that one was all set up by the 42-yard run that they had. Put them in great field position, and they were unable to get the touchdown, but boy, Ron Banks, pretty nice looking kicker.
Yep. And with that missed extra point, it keeps it 3-point difference. So knuckleball kick, it'll hit at the 20. Ruthman across the 30, still on his feet, powering towards the 40. Nice run by Matt Ruthman. Puts the Flyers in good field position.
So what do the Flyers do now? Out for an encore.
Go long?
Yeah.
No. What do you think? Maybe
I think they might.
A little pitch to Habadaz or something like that?
They might have the LCC defense stretched a little bit.
Boy.
Maybe Habadaz could get a run here. But you've had success throwing it. Why change?
Why change? Why change? The wind's in the right position. It's going to go to Habadaz, across the 40, powers up to the 36, 37-yard line. Second down and 7.
That's only their second play here in the second quarter.
There you can see the breeze here at Harmon Field in Wapakoneta. Shouldn't say breeze, cold wind. Bruns Keeper, right side.
He's got blockers.
And he's got room. Big guy. He's going to go across the 30, 25, 20. He'll go down at about the 18. Boy, he does the bootleg to the right side, and all the direction was going to the left side. That's a tough play to defense.
Yeah, somebody's slow getting up over there.
Well, that might be number 5.
I think it is. He's got a little bit of a... No, it's not.
1st and 10 for the Flyers. Football at the 18.
Yeah,
Flyers threatening.
He is stretching his leg out. It was Bruns.
Under center, out of the eye. Habadaz, right side. They'll mark it at the 11. Nice gain by Habadaz. 2nd down, we'll call it 3. Football on the 11.
Turned out to be a 39-yard scamper there by Bruns.
Nice run, 39 yards, impressive. Bruns under center, still out of the I formation. Habadaz, he'll go left side, picks his way inside to about the 6, dives forward to the 5. Just nice balance, good strong running to couple with that passing game.
1st and goal from the 5, so they've got 4 downs to punch it in.
Bruns has rushed 43 times this year for 152 yards. Out of the I formation, Habadaz met head on. Moore with the stop. He read the play perfectly.
That was Rossi Moore on the tackle. A 6'1", 183-pound sophomore.
2nd down and 5.
Especially in week 12.
Nick Tanchman, he'll go to the short side. Rethman in motion. He'll get the pitch, and he'll go for the end zone. Is he in? Going to be a little bit short.
Brought down at about the 2. So that'll go as credited as pass.
Little shovel pass there. Almost gets into the end zone. 3rd down and 2, but definitely got 2 plays to get the end zone.
Yep, 3rd and goal. That time it looked like they had room there, but LCC closed the gap in a hurry.
Nick Tanchman in tight right side out of the I formation. Pitch. Habadaz. He's going for the end zone.
He's in.
Or rather, Rethman. Matt Rethman, number 10, 5'11", 155-pound senior, scores, and the Flyers are up 19-10 with 5:28 to go on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Klosterman to try the extra point. Kendall Bruns, number 80, is the long snapper there, number 80.
Time of possession on that drive.
Kyle Francis will hold it. Good snap, kick, looks pretty good. And it's good, and our score, 5:28 to go here in the first half of play. Marion Local 20, LCC 10 will return right after this.
At CAPT, we use hometown opportunity to make sure that when we have a position open within the facility, it gets put on the website.
We've really been excited to see how that has grown so much over the last several years.
If anyone is looking for a job, it's the best place to go.
We really want to do whatever we can to get folks that are from this community back to this area.
I would recommend any manufacturing company that they take a look at it. It's a very good benefit for companies at no cost.
Marion Local will kick it off after the Rethman touchdown run. They lead 20-10. Another impressive drive by Marion Local.
Yeah, it seems like every drive, whether it's LCC or Marion, there's one big play there in that drive, and that time it was a 39-yard run by Bruns. Before that, the possession before that was a 66-yard pass by Bruns. LCC's had a 49-yard pass.
Kick is away.
And a 42-yard run.
T-Birds will pick it up at about the 14, trying to work their way up on the return to about the 25-yard line. So it's 1st and 10 for LCC.
Well, we haven't seen a punt yet, Dave.
No, we haven't, have we?
Nope.
Both offenses have really put on a pretty good show here. T-Birds a very diversified offense. They mix it up with a lot of motion on offense. And Stolly's been very effective at quarterback. Here comes the sweep. And on the stop there, number 34, John Tangeman.
So,
second down.
Something new. It's 2nd and 4 instead of 2nd and 10 or 2nd and 9.
One thing you haven't seen as much of Banks as one might have anticipated by looking at the numbers before this game. Of course, he's the fullback, and they're utilizing the speed of Thomas and Moore a lot. Here's Moore to the outside, but he's going to be brought down by a group of Flyers. First player that had a hand on him was Sam Hillsman, the excellent all-league linebacker for the Flyers.
And it's a first down.
But he gets the first down. 4:41 to play here in the first half of play.
Most of their runs, again, are going to the outside. They think they might have a little more speed to get to the outside than Marion has to cover it.
More in motion. Banks gets the call. Boy, he hit that hole in a hurry. Nice play by Banks. Boy, he found that hole, got through it. Brought down by Tangeman and Hillsman, but
that's a nice 1-2 punch. Go to the outside and then come with Banks on the inside. And boy, he hits that hole in a hurry.
Great quick hitting run there by Banks, who found that hole and into the secondary for the Flyers. Football at the 47. T-Birds also on the move. 4:19 to play here in the half. Thomas. He'll be brought down by the Flyers there, and the football is going to be at the 48-yard line.
About a 6-yard gain, so it's going to be 2nd and 4.
Stolly. Moore goes left. Banks. This time the Flyers read it.
A nice play there by number 51, Aaron Brunswick, a 6'1", 225-pound senior. Shot the gap there. Made the first contact in the backfield.
Brunswick's tackle makes LCC looking at a 3rd down and 6. Football at the 49. Marion local 49.
So they look over to the sidelines. They got the play in.
They got to call timeout. Say we will keep it right here and remind you on this timeout that tonight's game is brought to you by NKT.TV, BowlerStore.com. Find the pocket without emptying yours. Wagner's IGA, servicing communities for over 95 years. Grand Lake Health, Clopay Building Products, America's favorite garage door. Moran's Refrigeration, your appliance expert serving Northwest Ohio for over 70 years. Hometown Opportunity, connecting local companies with local talent. Minster Bank, financial solutions for a lifetime. Schwieterman Pharmacy. Pharmacies located in Salina, Coldwater, Minster, New Bremen, St. Mary's, and Wapakoneta. New Knoxville Supply. Minster Dental Care. Cargill. Francis Furniture. Wilson Health. Caring Without Limits. Precision Strip. All bringing you tonight's game. Replays tonight brought to you by Winners Meats. Also like to remind you that NKTelco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of high school football on NKTelco 3 or in HD on channel 503 tonight at 11 p.m. and Tuesday, November 13th at 7 p.m. And you can also watch the games on WOSN and on demand on the NKTelco Sports Facebook page and at nktelco.net. And a penalty on the play after the timeout. It's going to go against the T-Birds.
That's a holding call.
Haven't had many penalties here in the first half.
I think just 3 on the T-Birds, 1 on Marion.
One of the keys to the game that you mentioned, the Flyers only 1 penalty.
That's a big improvement. Like I said, they led the MAC in penalties with 68.
Third down and 6. And make that third down at about 16.
There you go.
Make it 17. Third down and long. They were effective going down the middle, but they had a little bit of surprise on them that time. This time it's Banks. Tangeman will make the tackle. Tell you what, Flyers are going to miss Tangeman. Senior's got to, senior 5'10". He's a tough defensive player.
He sure is. I'm not so sure we've seen a faster back than that Banks.
He's tough.
As far as hitting a hole that quick.
Yep. 4th down. We'll keep it right here. 4th down and 4 with 2:38 to go here in the first half. Flyers timeout on the field. And Banks is an excellent runner.
Yes, he is. It's just like his feeder pistons going through there.
Very quick fullback. Hits the holes very quickly, and here in the last several rushes, it's been a problem for the Flyers to stop him.
So 4th down for the Flyers, or for the T-Birds.
Little Sunday quarterback in here, Ron. What do you think?
Yeah, we're going to see our first punt if he...
You called it, a punt. 4th down and short.
They got to be aware of the fake, I guess.
Let's see, standing at his 41-yard line. Kick is away. They'll bobble it, and they'll fall on it. I believe that was Rethman.
You know, now that I say that's the first punt, I think that's the second punt because we had one.
The one that went out of bounds at the 2, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep, the one that rolled out on the very early in the contest.
2:31 to go till halftime.
Good half of football so far. 20-10 our score. Marion Local with a 10-point lead over a very offensive-minded, very scrappy LCC T-Bird squad.
You have to say with 2:31, that's plenty of time for the Flyers.
A score here would be very critical for the Flyers. Let's see what happens. Short pass, they're coming back the other way. Tangeman, he just pulling his way forward. He'll get across the 30-yard line. And Tangeman he pulled him along.
Yes, they did. Tell you, if the first guy, when it grabbed his ankles, he was off to the races, I think.
Brunn straight back, little pressure, but he's going to go to the outside. Still looking downfield and finds his man, just cannot quite connect. Ungren, number 38.
Had to throw it back across his body. Just a little inaccurate.
So that'll make it 2nd down and 10. Clock stops. 2:12 on that First National Bank Think First scoreboard.
That's Brunn's first incompletion here in the second quarter.
They come out in the I formation. Fleck, the fullback, up front. Habadaz, the back, in the I. Brunn straight back. short pass to Fleck out of the backfield. Gets to the 38, setting up a third down and about 3 yards.
That's exactly what it was.
Third down and 3, football to 38.
This is a big play right here. They don't want to give LCC the ball with too much time back, so if they can get a first down here, they can eliminate that.
Or the screen is there. Runs under pressure. Downfield. Intercepted. And out of bounds. Interception. Number 2, Sean Thomas. Ball pops out of the Marion local receiver's hands, and
boy, he had
Thomas had it.
Yeah, he had Ruthman open over on the left side and just never got his eyes back to the left.
And it would have been most likely a first down.
Off the hands of Tangerman.
But the pass was there, and it just took that bounce that you cringe as a coach, I would think, or even as a player for that matter. It just took that bounce and into the T-Birds' hands, and alertly they have the football and the interception, and now they can counter. 10-point difference. Marion local with the lead. Stolly looks to the left side under pressure, and the Marion local defense comes up with a big play.
Loss of 3 on the play. Second down and long.
Nathan Ungren, one of the many flyers in on the stop that time. It makes it second down and 4. Clock's approaching a minute. Reaping off to the right side. Backfield is Banks. And Banks gets the call near that first down, but I don't think he got it. Just depends on the mark, and LCC will have to take the timeout. We'll take a break as well. 51 seconds left. First half play, Marion local 20, LCC 10. We'll be back right after this.
At Minster Bank, we understand that life can get hectic. That's why when it comes to your banking, we offer the services that make your life simpler with tools like person-to-person payments, Pop Money, mobile and online banking, and bill pay. But most of all, Minster Bank is a supportive member of your community with personal relationships and customer service that reach outside of our branches. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
LCC with the timeout. They stop the clock, 51 seconds to go as they talk strategy. What can they do? Need 11 for the first down. Marion local defense comes up with a very big sack, Ron.
Yeah, in the past, you know, you'd be looking for a pass here most definitely, but if Banks is back there, you always have to be aware of that quick hitter.
Out of the shotgun. Stolly over the middle. In and out for Thomas.
Now fourth down. Decision time here. Do you punt it and try to get him pinned inside the 10? Or do you go for it? And I don't think you go for it and give him the ball at the 40, risk that.
I think it would be a nightmare to give him the football at the 40-yard line with 47 seconds left, so they're going to kick it away. Football at the 49 of LCC. They think about it. Short kick, not a very good one. Hits at the 30. It's going to roll out of bounds at about the 28.
That's that
Thomas with the kick.
Rugby style kick. That's hard to do, especially in this wind. When you let it go down to your foot, could move a good 5-6 inches probably.
They get the football to 27, Marion local does. 39 seconds to go here in the first half. Got to let one fly, don't you, Ron?
I think so.
Let's see what they do. Habadaz is in the backfield.
Tangeman over here on the left.
Brun straight back. Looking long. Tangeman completed. Football at the 45, and it's a first down into LCC territory. Clock management now becomes the key. Football right at the 45. Clock with 31 seconds on it. And it will count down. Brunn straight back. 3 receivers right. He goes left. It's short, but Rethman cannot quite hang on to it as he was hit that time by a couple of LCC defenders.
That's a lot of confidence in your receivers. That time he just threw it up there in traffic and hoped they'd come down with it.
Nick Tangeman, number 24.
LCC's playing deep on defense. See if they try to go underneath it a little bit, maybe.
21 seconds left.
It's going to be difficult to throw it over their heads, I know that.
Bruns gets the football, looks left side, down the middle. That's Rethman.
Incomplete.
Had it. Good defensive play by the T-Birds, and 15 seconds are left.
Third down.
Third down and 10, football at the 45, 15 seconds, couple plays there.
Yeah, it'd be possible for at least 2, maybe 3. You got timeout left.
Bruns, right side, over the middle, it's caught. Ungren, football at the 20. Marion Local will take that timeout with 8 seconds. We'll keep it right here as it's 1st and 10 football. Good position for the Flyers.
Yeah, you're basically down to the last play here of the first half. Probably have to go into the end zone. We know that. LCC knows that.
I'd like to remind you of our sponsors for tonight's game, NKT.TV, BowlerStore.com. Find the pocket without emptying yours. Wagner's IGA, servicing communities for over 95 years. Grand Lake Health, Clopay Building Products, America's favorite garage door. Moran's Refrigeration, your appliance expert serving Northwest Ohio for over 70 years. PSG Automotive Outfitters, hometown opportunity connecting local companies with local talent. Minster Bank Financial Solutions for a lifetime. Schwieterman Pharmacy, New Knoxville Supply, Minster Dental Care, Cargill, Francis Furniture, Wilson Health, and Precision Strip bring you tonight's game. And here we go. Bruns for the end zone.
Got him.
Touchdown.
Tangeman
with the reception. 3 seconds left on the clock, Ron.
I am shocked that he was that wide open.
He was wide open. Marion Local with that big play offense.
73-yard drive in 5 plays, 36 seconds for Radio Hospital.
Spencerville against Spencerville. What the Flyers do, they put 4 TDs on the board in 3.5 minutes late in the first half of play. Klosterman, extra point. He has it. And our score, Marion Local 27, LCC 10. We'll be back right after this.
Schwieterman Pharmacies began serving the people of Auglaize County in 1916 when Urban Schwieterman purchased the building and business from J.H. Hoffman. The New Bremen location is one of the longest-running pharmacies in the country, with over 110 years of serving its patrons. Since then, 4 more stores have been added: Coldwater, St. Mary's, Minster, and Wapakoneta to round out the group. Our services include prescription refills, home medical equipment, nursing home services, customized compounded medication, vaccinations, and so much more.
3 seconds remain here in the first half, and Marion Local now leads by 17 points at 27-10. And Nathan Bruns and his receiving corps putting on quite a performance here in the first half overall, but especially on that last drive as Derek Kemper will tee it up.
I would imagine he'd just squib this down there.
I think you'd want to bounce it, use those 3 seconds up. Let's see. Short kick.
Offsides, Marion.
A little bit too anxious. Marion local coach Tim Goodwin walking the sidelines. So put her back at the 35, and Kemper will try it again. Kemper with the kick. Coming up.
Wind
blows that one off the tee. Could have did a Charlie Brown on that one. Derek Kemper once again will kick it away. This time he just kicks it long. It's going to bounce to about the 1 yard line. Here comes the T-Birds left side. They'll try and move it along the sidelines, but that's going to be it for the first half of football here from Wapakoneta. Marion local with the big lead here at halftime. Flyers 27, LCC 10. We'll be back right after this.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
At First National Bank, we are working hard to make your life a little easier. With products like Card Valet, an app allowing you to control your cards with real-time notifications, transaction restrictions, and spending limits. The ability to access your money through 55,000 all-point ATMs across the country, surcharge-free. Live customer support when you need it, and online and mobile banking, allowing you to gain access to your financial information wherever and whenever you like. First National Bank, making your life a little easier.
Welcome back to Wapakoneta. Playoff football, LCC and Marion local. The Flyers have the upper hand here at halftime, 27-10. Let's take a look at the halftime statistics, Ron.
For the Marion local Flyers, 102 yards rushing, 198 yards passing, a total of 300 total yards. They had 1 turnover and 1 penalty for 10 yards. For LCC, 103 yards rushing, 76 yards passing, total of 179 yards. No turnovers, 3 penalties for a total of about 20 yards. Passing-wise, Nevin Stolley for Lima Central Catholic, 4 of 6. Nathan Bruns for Marion local Flyers, 11 of 16.
Marion local, really just a couple of outstanding drives. I mean, the last drive there as we started to wind down the first half just has to be almost demoralizing in a sense for the T-Birds. The ability to score so fast and so quickly and put themselves up by 17 here at halftime.
Yeah, a lot of big plays here in the first half. You had a 49-yard pass for LCC. You had a 42-yard run for LCC, a 66-yard pass for Marion local, a 39-yard run, and a 34-yard run for Marion local. So a lot of big plays on both sides of the ball.
Kick is away. LCC will kick off to Marion local, and here comes the return. Rethman across the 40, still on his feet, and will be knocked out just as he crosses the 45-yard line, and Marion local just with great field position again.
Once again, yeah, in the first quarter they started out on the 2-yard line, but after that they've had good field position the rest of the way. They're going to start out here on the 49.
First and 10, Marion Local football at the 49. Out of the I formation come the Flyers. Fleck and Habadaz. Habadaz gets the toss left side across the 50, still on his feet. Finally brought down to about the 48-yard line. So it's going to be Flyers football inside LCC territory. And how does LCC stop the Flyers offense? No one's really been able to do it for most of the season in the MAC.
Hoping they make a mistake. Maybe some kind of a turnover or interception. They had one interception in the first half.
Flyers 10-1 overall. Of course, the loss to Coldwater. Here comes the call. No gain there.
It's really a big possession here for LCC. They need to stop the Flyers, make them punt. Down 17 points right now. They can't afford to go down any more.
Loss of about a yard that time.
And now here comes the pass.
That's right. Brun stands at his 45. Ruthman in motion. Habadaz, but this time LCC reads it. Rossi Moore will make the tackle. Brun's had the big run in the first half of 39 yards on that same play. This time Moore, coming from that defensive linebacker position, reads it, and the Flyers have a loss, and they're going to be forced to punt the football. Fleck will stand at the Marion Local 30. He'll take the snap and kick it away. Nice high kick. Fair catch at the 22-yard line.
Now that was Marion's first punt.
Flyers' first punt of the entire game.
LCC had 2 punts in the first half. So LCC starts out on the 24-yard line.
As we said, Marion Local 10-1 on this season. LCC actually 9-1 overall. Their only loss, as we said, to Lucas, a team that qualified for the playoffs in Division 7. They beat Covington a week ago, 40-18, and they rushed for 371 yards against the Bucks. Trying to pick up yardage this time. They'll get it to about the 25-yard line. The two teams had 2 common opponents over the course of the season. LCC defeated Spencerville 34-19, and of course Marion Local's opening playoff win was a 55-7 victory over Spencerville. And they both played Woodland in Indiana, an Indiana school, and both defeated the Hoosier team. Flyer defense fired up here.
Looks like they might have made a couple adjustments up front.
Third down and 10.
Now the play that's worked well for LCC has been the screen pass, whether it's a middle screen or out to the left.
Most of the passing for the T-Birds came in that opening quarter of play. In motion. Thomas Stollies over the middle is the screen. Thomas is going to be knocked out of bounds by Tangeman.
He's going to have enough for the first down.
John Tangeman with the defensive hit for the Flyers, but it's a first down, so 8:33 to go here on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard.
Yeah, they had 0 yards passing in the second quarter. They were 0 for 2. All 76 yards came in the first quarter.
Double reverse. They hit the hole very well, and on the run they go. Thomas still on his feet, finally brought down by Rethman and Grant Meyer. And it's a first down and a big pickup for the T-Birds.
About a 44-yard scamper.
LCC threatening, football to 21-yard line. Nice little counter reverse, wingback counter there by the T-Birds. Puts them in Marion local territory. Thomas will be knocked out of bounds.
And they continue the process of one big play per possession.
On the season, LCC had over 2,500 yards rushing and just under 1,000 passing, 987 through their 10 games. Thomas left side. Banks powers forward across the 10. Tough part about LCC is that they have to play that independent schedule, and picking up games. They've had to travel an awful lot to play football this season.
First and goal from the 9.
Thomas, he gets to about the 5. Clock counting. 7:35 to go here in the third quarter play. 27-10 our score. Stolle under center. Motion. Moore near the end zone, and is he in?
Touchdown.
Yes, he is. Rossi Moore with the 5-yard run.
Just what the T-Birds needed there. They needed a stop by Marion local and then a big play, a 44-yard run contributed to that score.
Banks will try to add the extra point. Stolle will hold.
Lima Central Catholic, that drive taking 2 minutes and 54 seconds off the clock for Radio Hospital. Visit radio.hospital to learn how you can save up to 50% off premium select smartphones.
A little bit of a high snap. Kick is up. And it's good. Our score, Marion Local 27, LCC 17. We'll be back right after this.
Minster Dental Care continues to offer advanced dental technology in a state-of-the-art facility. Our professional team offers experience in general dentistry and orthodontics, including services such as CEREC and wireline orthodontics. Board-certified pediatric dentist Dr. Philip Slonkowski ensures our littlest patients have a positive, safe, and a comfortable experience. We are unconditionally committed to excellence in everything we do.
Trust us! NKTelco, a small-town company with a big focus on customer service. We build business the old-fashioned way.
Trust us to be your internet provider.
Trust us to help you find the right cable package for your viewing needs.
Trust us to answer your questions any time of the day.
Trust NKTelco to be on call. Deliver and make sure your service is tailored to meet your needs.
We serve commercial and residential customers to meet their communication needs. Trust us at NKTelco.
Trust us!
Impressive drive by LCC to cut the lead to 10. T-Birds just won't go away.
No, they made the big play there, that little screen pass over the middle, and then the 44-yard scamper.
Short bouncing kick, deflected by a Marion local player, picked up by Tangeman. He's going to power his way up to about the 32. John Tangeman with the return. Marion Local will have it at the 33. So let's see what the Flyers do. Two running backs next to Bruns in the backfield. Bruns looks to Rethman. He's got it. Boy, what a quick step, and he's into LCC territory to about the 43-yard line. So that's a 1st and 10 for Marion Local. Boy, Rethman had just a great burst of speed with that first step after he caught the football.
Yeah, his yards after catch, pretty impressive. That's a 25-yard gain there by the Flyers.
Abadaz is going to go out. Rethman in the backfield. Fleck, the fullback. Pitch, Rethman, right side. Makes the cut, following his blockers. Still on his feet. Boy, what first down.
They just keep pushing him, and he
I don't
keeps
even know
going.
how he did that. What a powerful drive.
He doesn't look that powerful, but boy, he breaks tackles, and that time he got some help from his friends there pushing him in the back.
5'11", 155-pounder. Boy, got the first down. Football now at the LCC 31. Marion Local comes right back. Fleck, he'll get the call, and he'll get a yard or so.
Picks up a yard, brings up 2nd and 9. Micah Pearson on the stop.
Micah Pearson, the big senior, with the tackle for LCC. 2nd down, and looks like 9 from here. Run stands at the 35. Rethman in motion. He'll get the football. He cuts upfield. They'll mark it at the 27. Boy, they're really trying to utilize Rethman's speed here as much as they can, at least on this scoring drive.
Thinking Abadaz, I wonder if he got hurt moving Rethman in the back. Now he's back out there now.
He was out for a play or so. Bruns takes the football. Rethman on the swing pass. Makes the catch, but the T-Birds come up big. Thomas with the tackle, I believe.
So we got about 4th and 6.
In between field position here for the Flyers. Football's at the 27, and they're going to have to go for it here. Might as well look for the end zone, don't you think?
I think so.
Yep. Somebody down the middle, and let's see what happens here. 2 receivers to the left side, Rethman to the right side. Here's Bruns looking Rethman. 1st down.
He dropped it.
Could not hang on to it, and LCC will take over.
Boy, he had him made a nice move there. Turned around, the ball was right there. Couldn't hang on to it.
It happens once in a while, doesn't it?
I think so.
Flyers up by 10, 4:51 to go. Now it's the T-Birds' chance. Let's see what they do.
And cut into the double-digit lead.
They're going to have 3 receivers over here to the left side. One of them will be Rossi Moore. Here comes Thomas. Maybe a yard. Not much, as Marion Local read the play quite well. Those 2 slot backs get a lot of work.
Yes, they do. So there's that 2nd and long once again for the T-Birds. We've seen it quite a bit in the first half.
Stolle under center. Junior calls the signals. Moore in motion. Stolle's going to throw it. Just misses his receiver. little bit high, and it's going to be incomplete.
So now they're 3rd and 10, another passing situation. And so far we've seen a lot of screens. That one was one of the rare passes downfield that they've attempted. The one went for 49 yards.
Stolle gets his players in position. Nathan Stolle goes to the short side. Snap is good. They're going to the left side. Short pass. Caught and moved forward across the 30, but going to be short of the first down.
That time they went to the play they ran there in the second quarter, a little like a one-man bubble screen over there.
So that's going to put Sean Thomas back to punt for LCC with a 4th down and 4 facing him, in the football in the 33. Rethman and Francis will be deep for Marion Local. He's going to fake it.
He's going to fake.
He's going to run it.
He's got the first down.
And more. Grant Meyer chases him out of bounds, but not before he gets the first down and moves into Marion Local territory. And the last time he tried to punt, it kind of looked like he was thinking about a fake. This time he took off running and
that's
gets the first down.
With that rugby-style punt, you take 3 or 4 steps, you don't know, you think it's a punt. And that time he just pulled it down, a 20-yard gain.
I'll give it to Thomas by at least a step.
They're going to throw it.
No,
Stolle. Pass will be incomplete.
A little bit of razzle-dazzle there.
Yes,
by
sir.
The T-Birds.
Went one way, but it ended up back with Nathan Stolle, and the pass is incomplete. A few folks like to have interference on the play, but it's an incomplete pass, 2nd down and 10.
So he puts his glove back on his right hand. That might be
should
a
have
key.
known that.
Yeah, that's a tip-off.
That's great. More emotion. Thomas will get the call. So it's 3rd down and 11.
Now, if he wants Marion Local to make him think that something's happening, he'd take that glove off and run a play off that.
Play comes in from the LCC sidelines. Stolle coming into tonight's game at 110% quarterback rating, which is pretty respectable. He's going to pass. Looking downfield, and Rethman's going to play center field and intercept it. He'll go across the 35, and Marion Local will take over. Rethman just read that one very well.
He was just sitting back there waiting on it. He didn't really have to move. The receiver was coming right toward him, and the ball was right in Rethman's hands. So that's the big turnover there for LCC.
1st and 10, Marion Local. 2:25 to go in the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Habadaz in the eye. Pitch, Habadaz, right side. Nice hole, and he gets to the 40. Caleb Hyder in on the stop for the T-Birds. 5'10", 195-pound junior makes the tackle, and it's 2nd down and 5.
Clock keeps running, just 2 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter.
Under 2 minutes to go here in the 3rd.
Bruns looks to the left side. Tangeman with the catch. Dives to midfield. Nick Tangeman with the catch, 6'4", 180-pound senior. And the Flyers have their first down.
Yeah, 10-yard pass play there. Bruns to Tangeman. Looks almost like they go to Tangeman about any time they want to.
Well, Tangeman goes to the far side with Francis and Rethman. They're going to look for Rethman, but they're going long. Tangeman incomplete. Set that one up rather interesting because Rethman dropped behind like he was going to take the short pass, and then they went downfield.
Doug, we were talking off the air before we started with our crew here.
Yeah, once again, that's the second time they've gone long to him when Rethman's been open in the flat.
Second down and 10.
That's not a bad option either if that's your second one to go to Rethman.
It's one thing they have, lots of options. Rethman, he'll take the football, handed it back to Haberdaz. Haberdaz will get a couple of yards, but I think the Flyers were really thinking that one would break for a lot more.
Yeah, a little bit of misdirection there.
LCC's backside stays home and makes the play. Now it's 3rd down and 8. 45 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. Here comes the blitz. They're sending everybody. Passes caught by Tangeman. Boy, what a clutch play.
And that's enough for the first down.
LCC shot 3 linebackers. Lots of pressure on Bruns. He stood there in the pocket and put it right on the numbers.
And he barely got that away in time, but give him credit for hanging in there.
That's one of those plays, either way, LCC right on it on defense.
And you know he knew it was coming.
And it's a first down for Marion Local as they operate out of the eye. Fleck the fullback, pitch Rethman, right side. He cuts it up across the 35 as he dives forward. He's so good at seeing that cut and seeing that hole and following his blockers. Football, they're going to mark it right at the 35. Picks up 5 yards. And 2nd and 5 is a lot better than the long yardage situations.
Yeah, they can do anything they want to here, pass wise or running. And that's the end of the 3rd quarter.
That ends our 3rd quarter. Our score, Marion Local 27, LCC 17. We'll be back right after this.
For over 150 years, Cargill has been helping people be successful worldwide. Cargill has always done business responsibly and in a way that makes us proud. Whether it is educating farmers in India or providing bikes to students with perfect attendance right here at home, Cargill is helping people thrive. The Sydney plant is just one piece of a global company that provides employment for hundreds of thousands, food for the world, and support for thousands of businesses. Be a part of something great at Cargill.com.
4th quarter, the final 12 minutes upon us. Marion Local on the drive. Do we think this could be the drive for the Flyers?
Yeah, I tell you, a touchdown here and an extra point, 34-17. The way they can hang on to the ball, it would be tough for LCC to come back on that, barring turnovers.
That's the magic word, turnovers, isn't it?
Yeah, and quick hitting plays.
Bruns surveys the situation from the LCC 41. He'll take the snap. Francis in motion, but Fleck gets the call, and the Flyer fullback falls forward to just shy of the 30-yard line as they mark it at the 31. Makes it 3rd down and short, and when I mean short, it's about a yard.
Tight formation, double tight wing to the right. Hand
Bruns to Habadaz. First down and more. Got to bring him down as he crosses the 20-yard line. Thomas with the tackle for the T-Birds. And it's a first down for Marion Local.
Boy, he was just one man shy of breaking that. If he broke that last tackle, he was gone.
But he gets the first down plus more yardage. Hillsman, number 11, comes in. He'll line up to the right side. There's the counter, Tangeman, upfield. Just shy of the 10, I believe. But again, a nice running play on first down.
Very well designed play there. You got Tangeman at 6'4", 180 pounds coming at you.
That's tough.
Yeah, especially when you're the only guy out there.
You're a lonely man,
Yeah.
that's for sure. Habadaz in the eye. And it's Habadaz driving forward inside the 5. Powerful running by Nolan Habadaz. And once again, now it's going to be first and goal. Here in Region 24, regional action, Marion Local and LCC. And the winner moves on to play next week at 7 o'clock. Of course, the site undetermined, but St. Henry or Coldwater. And we had heard Coldwater add the lead on St. Henry by a touchdown in the second half. Powerful dive forward by Haberdaz. He just doesn't want to give up.
They say he's short. He can't be too far from it. Inside the 1.
This is one of those drives that identifies championship teams. And the Flyers are close to capping it off. Habadaz end zone, touchdown. Marion Local, 9:23 to go. Pushes that lead to 33-17. Nice time-consuming drive by the Flyers and puts them back up by 16 as Klosterman, Alex, comes on to try and kick the extra point. Good snap. Francis Hold is there. The kick is up and
no good.
Looked good, but it's not. So our score, Marion Local 33, LCC 17. We'll be back right after this.
The big game is right around the corner. Are you ready for it? Come into Francis Furniture and find the right fit for you and your friends in our Lazy Boy Comfort Studio. With Lazy Boy Premier sofa and sectionals, you can custom order a look that's just your style. Choose from hundreds of decorator fabrics or choose genuine leather for its luxurious feel and durability. Come into Francis Furniture today, the area's only Lazy Boy Comfort Studio.
33-17 our score. Marion Local with a convincing drive to push that lead to 16 points. But T-Birds got a good offense. They can bounce back and still make a game of this.
Yeah,
make it interesting.
We've seen a lot of big plays, and they need one now. They need a couple of them here in the fourth quarter.
Definitely have the offensive capabilities to do the job. Kemper's kick, it's away. Here comes the return. Thomas with the return. LCC will have it. About a 27-yard spot. Does LCC, they almost need to go to the air, don't they? They have to move fast.
Yeah, they got to come up with some big plays, and their big plays mainly have come by way of the screen pass. But you would think Marion would be looking for that.
Rossi Moore cuts it upfield. Across the 35, dives forward to the 37, near the first down.
Did a good job hanging on to that ball.
Does have the first down, in fact. T-Birds, they've got the speed, no slot backs.
A lot of jet sweeps from LCC.
Thomas goes to the right side. Banks still grinding it across the 40. I think of Banks is an impressive runner. All three of these runners or rushers, primary rushers for LCC, are very impressive. Banks had 916 on the season, Thomas 894, and Moore had 607 yards. A lot of offensive yards between that trio of runners. Moore near midfield. Matt Everman and Grant Meyer in on the stop for Marion Local.
Yeah, they're moving the football, but clock is running while they're doing it.
Approaching 8 minutes to go on the First National Bank Think First National scoreboard. Thomas into Marion Local territory.
You would think Marion would be content on giving him 2 and 3 yards at a clip.
Pick up that time, 4 yards, 2nd down and 6. Banks. Nathan Undgren in on the stop.
They need to pick the tempo up.
7.5 minutes and it's counting down. Big 3rd down play here for LCC. Need to get at least 5, long 5 for a 1st down. Pressure is there, but Stolly's going to have to run. He'll be step out of bounds as number 10, Matt Rethman, shows he can play some defense as well as he knocks him out of bounds.
I'm not sure who knocked who out of bounds.
Well, that's true too.
Stolly gave him a pretty good look there. So 4th down.
4th down and 4 yards. Need to get to about the Marion Local 42 to keep the football. It's going to be a run.
They got it.
Rossi Moore keeps the drive alive.
They're giving him the 1st down. Stretched it out to the 41-yard line. 1st down, T-Birds.
The drive stays alive. Boy, that was a great run, power run.
That was a big play right there. They turned the ball over there, and that's the ball game.
Moore just put his shoulder down and got the yards he needed.
But they need to be in more of a hurry. They don't.
Thomas. Tangeman with the stop. Good game by Thomas. Injured player. So we'll take a break right now. Our score, Marion Local 33, LCC 17. We'll return right after this.
At Wilson Health, we're extending care beyond the walls of the hospital with resources designed to keep you in charge of your health.
Our independence and connection to the community are unique in a world where big healthcare strives to act like corporations.
Our tools may be the same, but we are different.
We're neighbors, friends, and family who truly care about the people who live here.
We call it caring without limits, and it's just the beginning of a whole new Wilson Health.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
Our 1,500 square foot showroom and pro shop at bowlerstore.com is stocked with bowling balls, bags, shoes, accessories, and apparel. The pro shop is equipped with 2 drill presses, measuring devices, and bowling ball maintenance machines to keep your ball rolling great. We offer private lessons for individuals and groups. Moxie's Extra Pair inside bowlerstore.com is also available to rent for private events. Be sure to check out bowlerstore.com or visit our pro shop in Versailles, Ohio for all your bowling product needs.
Injured player coming off the field with 6:51 to go for the T-Birds. They have second down, and we'll call it about 3 yards to go for that first down. Jay Reepenoff, the injured player for LCC. He's this junior split end for him. Looks like he ankle injury, perhaps. Second down and 3. T-Birds ready to go. Every play big for them right now. Moore with the football. Going to be third down and very short yardage here. LCC quickly to the line. Handoff. Banks should have a first down.
Yep.
It is going to be another Cypher Orient's Funeral Home first down. For Lima Central Catholic, thanks to senior running back Ron Banks.
First down, LCC.
They just don't seem to be in a hurry, Dave.
We're coming up on 6 minutes here.
Some time running off the clock between plays.
Saying if they do score, they're going to have to go for 2 points at this rate. Here comes the sweep. Moore still on his feet.
Oh, nice run.
Tangeman will knock him out of bounds.
Pick up about 8 yards.
Rethman also in on the stop for Marion Local. Second down and short yardage. Banks, Flyers in on the stop that time.
Got him in the backfield. Again, number 51, Aaron Brunswick.
Along with Sam Hillsman in on that stop. But like you said, Ron, the clock is really becoming a factor now. We're 5.5 minutes to go. Still have to score from the 22-yard line.
They do have, it's a 2-possession game yet, but that's counting
extra points.
Yeah, two-point conversions. So no gain there.
No gain at all, and defense swarms in.
Under 5 minutes.
Stolly, they're going to call a timeout. LCC will. 4:35 to play in this one. Marion Local 33, LCC 17. We'll be back right after this.
Wagner's IGA has been servicing their communities for more than 95 years, spanning 3 generations. Wagner's founded their business on 2 basic principles: excellent customer service and quality products. Visit all our locations and experience the finest selection of deli, fresh meats, and variety of beverage choices. While there, don't forget to check out our vast selection of fresh coffee beans, produce, dairy, and bakery items. Visit Wagner's today in Minster, Fort Laramie, and New Bremen, and check us out on Facebook.
LCC takes the timeout. Faced with a 4th down and 4. A little bit of indecision there on what to do, so they wisely take the timeout. Stolly, he'll go under center. Banks is in the backfield. Moore goes to the right side. Pitch. Banks, he's going to throw it. Looks for the end zone, but it's going to be incomplete. Incomplete pass and a little trickery, and it doesn't work as the Flyers had everyone covered.
Pitched it back, and he didn't have his glove on again, did he?
It was very slow developing, so.
Yes, it was.
I think they thought that if Banks got the football that he'd be going for the first down via rushing the football, but Flyers they stayed home, and they now have the football and a chance to wrap this one up. 4:27 to play. 33-17. Abadaz.
The Flyers will do their best to keep the ball on the ground. They have not thrown the ball here in the 4th quarter.
Make it 2nd down and 7. Marion Local definitely going to keep the football on the ground. You use that clock so they can play next week. Fleck across the 30 to the 31. How about a Marion Local versus the winner of the St. Henry Coldwater game? That'll be a good rematch all the way around.
Yes, it would.
No matter who wins the other bracket.
I would say that potentially they could play here. Could be at Sydney. I would say one of the two.
One of those two locations would be a logical conclusion. Bruns is going to throw it. Rethman will get to near midfield. I guess that's about as safe a play as you get.
That's a big time throw there. He threw that from one hash mark to the opposite side.
Yeah. As you said earlier, confidence.
Unbelievable.
3 minutes to go in the game.
19-yard game.
Big pickup, and boy, I tell you, that's really going to put the T-Birds in a precarious position here.
This will be on the ground.
I formation. Abadaz straight ahead. Gets 2 yards on the play. 2nd down and 8. T-Birds have, 2 remaining timeouts? Hillsman comes into the game. Tangeman, number 24, will be in the slot to the right side, right with Hillsman. Pitch goes to the left side, and Abadaz got to get near that first down. Just short of it, I think. LCC will take a timeout. We'll keep it right here and remind you that tonight's game is being brought to you by NKT TV. BowlerStore.com. Find the pocket without emptying yours. Wagner's IGA, servicing communities for over 95 years. Grand Lake Health, Clopay Building Products, America's favorite garage door. Moran's Refrigeration, your appliance expert, serving Northwest Ohio for over 70 years. PSG Automotive Outfitters. Hometown Opportunity, connecting local companies with local talent. Minster Bank, financial solutions for a lifetime. Schwieterman Pharmacy, pharmacies located in Salina, Coldwater, Minster, New Bremen, St. Mary's, and Wapakoneta. New Knoxville Supply, Minster Dental Care, Cargill, Francis Furniture, Wilson Health, Caring Without Limits, and Precision Strip bring you tonight's game between Marion Local and LCC. NKTelco Sports and its sponsors are also pleased to bring you replays of high school football on NKTelco Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503 tonight at 11 p.m. and Tuesday, November 13th at 7 p.m. You can also watch the games on WOSN and on demand on the NKTelco Sports Facebook page and at nktelco.net.
There we have our first penalty of the second half.
Abadaz would have had a first down.
Holding.
Call goes against the Flyers. And it'll be third down and about 15 or so for Marion Local, and the clock begins to count down as we're at 1:40 to play.
So they mark it back, clear to the 46-yard line.
They're going to have to reset the play clock.
Yep, clock went all the way down to 1:32, and clock will have to be. If you could hear that, but a fan yell, let's reset it to 2:56.
They're going to reset it to 1:46.
Yeah. 1:46.
Evidently, the referee didn't hear him.
No. It went with a 1:46. Yeah. LCC fans sitting on the home side of the field. Marion Local fans, they get the wind tonight on the far side. Here comes the Habadaz. First down, more across the 40.
Another flag. Another holding call on the Flyers.
So the Flyers pretty much flawless for most of this game as far as penalties are concerned. Pick up a couple of holding calls here in the last couple minutes of play.
Yeah, they want the clock to keep running. They keep the ball on the ground, but the penalties are stopping the clock.
Clock will stop at 1:36. 10 seconds go off, and it's third down and very long.
They're just delaying Coach Tim Goodwin's 236th win.
So third in Uniopolis.
Runs, pitch, Abadaz, he doesn't have anywhere to go.
So we're going to see a punt.
LCC takes the timeout with 1:29 to go, so we'll take a break as well. Marion Local 33, LCC 17. We'll be back right after this.
At Joint Township District Memorial Hospital, your comfort and care is our #1 priority. Our surgical nerve blocks are a great way to reduce pain and can be used for arm, shoulder, hip, knee, ankle, and foot surgeries. The nerve blocks decrease the stress of surgery on your body, requires less anesthesia and pain medications, and in many cases can offer relief for several days. Visit grandlakehealth.org for details on all of our services.
Brandon Fleck will stand at the Flyer 27-yard line and kick it away on the punt with 1:28 to go in this one. Flex punt will hit at the 25 and get a nice roll. It's going to stop at the 15, so LCC's got it at the 15.
There's a case there where you just might have to take a chance to field that punt, don't you? You need a big play.
1:18 to go. It's tough to leave them bounce like that. A lot of yardage lost, but
now you're 85 yards away with 1:18 to go.
Just about have to put the ball in the air, but that's not always been the case here tonight. Had a nice long pass early in the game for a touchdown. Comes a short pass, and it's a one bouncer. It's incomplete. Stops the clock at 1:15. And
well, they completed 4 passes in the first quarter, 4 for 4, and since then they've only completed 2 passes.
Second down and 10. Football, as we said, at the 15. Here comes the pressure from Marion Local. They're all over him. Number 44 in on the stop for the Flyers.
So a loss of 5 on the play. 44 is Darren Hayes.
Thank you.
5'8", 180-pound senior.
Matt Everman also in on the sack, too. Clock is counting at 43. Moore will take the double handoff, but it's picked up. And fumble's picked up. Marion Local has it, and there's a flag. I'm not sure what that's about.
But he threw it pretty high in the air.
He did. He threw it very high. Wind's still coming out of the west.
Pretty much after the play was over, well after the play was over.
Darren Hayes recovered the fumble, too, I do believe.
I don't know if I've ever seen a flag thrown that high.
Personal foul, LCC. They mark it off. Football is at the 6, but they'll take a knee, and this one should be history. Bruns takes the knee, and our final score is LCC and Marion Local offer congratulations to each other in the trenches, deep inside LCC's territory. The two teams will shake hands here at Wapakoneta at the midfield. Our final score, Marion Local 33, LCC 17. The Flyers move on. We'll be back to recap tonight's game right after this.
NKTelco Sports. More than 140 local high school and college games. Football, basketball, volleyball, baseball, softball, and soccer. Support your local team with NKTelco Sports and promote your business to 250,000 households in Northwest Ohio. Call 1-888-NKTelco and get in the game.
Clopay Building Products, America's favorite garage door, is now hiring for all manufacturing and over-the-road CDLA driving positions. Clopay is the largest residential garage door manufacturer in North America, and we are continuing to grow. Join our team and work in a safe, clean, modern environment. Clopay offers a great benefits package, is an equal opportunity employer, and a drug-free work environment. Imagine the possibilities when you open the door to your career at clopaydoor.com/careers.
Marion Local advances in Region 24. They're the ones that knock off LCC 33-17. Good solid win by the Flyers against a very, very competent LCC team.
It was for the stats, rushing-wise, Marion Local, 178. Passing yards, 264 for a total of 442 yards of total offense. They had 1 turnover, 3 penalties for a total of 30 yards. Nathan Bruns, 16 of 23 passing. For LCC, they had 230 yards rushing, 94 yards passing for a total of 324 yards, 2 turnovers, 4 penalties for 40 yards, and Nevin Stolley was 6 out of 12 passing.
And that ups Marion Local's record to 11-1 overall. LCC falls to 9-2 on the season. I'd like to thank our sponsors for tonight's game, NKT.TV, BowlerStore.com. Find the pocket without emptying yours. Wagner's IGA, servicing communities for over 95 years. Grand Lake Health, Clopay Building Products, America's favorite garage door. Moran's Refrigeration, your appliance expert serving Northwest Ohio for over 70 years. Hometown Opportunity, connecting local companies for local talent. Minster Bank, financial solutions for a lifetime. Schwedeman Pharmacy, pharmacies located in Salina, Coldwater, Minster, New Bremen, St. Mary's, and Wapakoneta. New Knoxville Supply, Minster Dental Care, Cargill, Francis Furniture, Wilson Health, Caring Without Limits, Precision Strip, all bringing you tonight's game between Marion Local and LCC. NKTelco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of high school football on NKTelco Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503 tonight at 11 p.m. Tuesday, November 13th at 7 p.m. And you can also watch the games on WOSN and on demand on the NKTelco Sports Facebook page and at nktelco.net. I'd like to thank our crew tonight. Director Scott Robinson, his assistant Rodney Hardings. On the cameras tonight, Paul Downing, Mark Fissel, and Jeff Henshin. I'm Dave Helmstetter, and alongside me tonight, Ron Cruzy. Our final score from Wapakoneta, the Marion Local Flyers move on. They defeat the LCC T-Birds 33-17.